We're testing 4570 hand loads today on Red Lick Outdoors. Well, before we get to shooting, I thought I might as well go ahead and get my camera set up at my bear hunting stand. Headed down the path right here. Okay, I like to set up my cameras about a couple feet off the ground and about 5 to 7 feet away from, not 5 to 7 feet, excuse me, 5 to 7 yards away from my bait, where my bait pile is going to be. Now, we're here in Arkansas and baiting's not legal to start. It's only legal on private property, and it's can only start no sooner than 30 days before the season. So we're starting this year on September 9th, the season. Baiting will start then, or will be legal on August 10th. Notice I've got the antenna pointed down on my camera. That helps prevent the bears from, sometimes they're sitting there and they're getting, that camera's going off, and even though it's infrared and everything, they still notice it, and it irritates them. And I don't know if it's just the noise they can hear or what, but they'll come over and they'll smack it around and smack the antenna around, and they'll break them off. And they're less likely to break these off if the antennas are in the down position. A lot less likely. I always keep some extra antennas around though, just in case. These spy point cameras, I like using them. These are the Flex M's, just mainly because I treat them like disposable cameras. They're fairly cheap as far as cellular cameras go. They're right now you can get a 2-pack of these Flex M's on Amazon for about $80 and $79.99, I believe. And they are it costs like $15 a month through SpyPoint for the cellular service. And are these the best? No, absolutely not. They're not the best. They're not the greatest, but for their cost and the fact that I don't, if I get 2 years out of one of these cameras, I'm happy if I get 2 seasons out of them, because I treat them rough. I'll leave them out here for 6 months at a time. Now I've got my good hunting buddy. He takes care of his, and his lasts longer. He goes and pulls them as soon as he's done gathering his intel, and he'll keep them going for several years before they go out on him. So they can last longer, but like I said, if you leave them out there like 6 months through all the weather and everything, if I look to get a couple seasons out of them. Like I said, I treat them disposable, and that's why I go for the cheaper ones. Here's my camera. there where my monopod is. That's going to be, that'll be where the bait pile is, and there is my stand. I like to usually set my bait pile around 18 yards, 16, 18 yards from my stand. Okay, y'all, let's get to doing some shooting. Okay, so today we're testing some of my 4570 hand loads. We're going to be shooting them out of a Henry single shot with a 22-inch barrel, and Pedersoli rolling block with a 30-inch barrel. It's going to be a 405 grain lead bullet with 29.6 grains of H4198. Why 29.6 grains? It's nothing more than just a matter of strict convenience. That's it. The lead loading manual for 405 grain lead bullet, it's the starting load is 27.0, and the never exceed load is 31.0 grains of H4198, and this is for your standard pressure 4570 loads, you know, for all guns in good condition. And 29.6 just happens to be what my Lee 2.2 cc dipper consistently throws. It either throws 29.6 or just under 29.6 grains, and so I can easily trickle up to 29.6 if it comes in under. So that's the only reason we're using it. Just that particular load is strictly convenience. Anyway, we're going to see how it shoots. Here's some of the ammo we're testing. I've got more rounds than this. These are just ones that I was very careful to only load 29.6 grains to test for velocity with. And I've got a few more loaded up that vary a little bit, plus or minus 2 or 3 tenths on either side there of that load, and we'll just use those for plinking. Okay, first up, let's try 3 rounds out of the 22-inch barrel. $1,258.2. $1,241.1. $1,233.9. Okay, let's take a look at the summary on that. Okay, average was 1,244.4 feet per second. Minimum was 1,233.9. Maximum 1,258.2. Standard deviation 10.2 feet per second. Extreme spread 24.3. Kinetic energy 1,392.4 foot-pounds, and a power factor of 504.0. All right, now onto the rolling block. $1,372.0. $1,337.3. $1,353.7. Okay, let's take a look at the summary. That was 1,354.3 average. Minimum was 1337.3. Maximum was 1372.0. Standard deviation 14.2. Extreme spread 34.8. And kinetic energy 1649.2. And power factor of 548.5. Put my glasses on, see if I can hit anything. Wax it pretty hard. Now let's try the rolling block. That's pretty good. Well, that's going to be all for today. I'll see y'all next time on Red Look Outdoors.